few days ago, one of our guests asked me in tea time Q&A that he wondered or curious about the teaching that say when thoughts and emotions arise in the mind, we should step back and witness that and see as it is. And then he wondered that if there's some strong emotion that overwhelming, like greed and hatred, like strong greed and hatred, and if he feel like only stepping back from that thoughts and emotion is not enough, how can he deal with that? So what came up in my mind at the time is I think about this sutta in Majjhima Nikaya 20. The Buddha talk about how to remove unwholesome thoughts or unwholesome state of mind. He talk about these 5 steps that he recommend bhikkhus to do. And in the sutta, he talking about when the bhikkhus do meditation, but I think we can apply this to everyday life situation as well. He start with, okay, step 1 is try to replace or remove unwholesome thoughts with wholesome thoughts. Like a carpenter remove a bigger peg with a smaller peg. And then there are 5 steps, and he go on and on. And then the last step is, okay, you push your tongue against the roof of the mouth, you clench your teeth, and then constrain, crush mind with mind. It's just totally like, the simile that the Buddha gave is like a bigger man try to push down a smaller man on the ground. It's kind of totally forced. But then the Buddha say that, okay, try step 1 first. If step 1 doesn't work, okay, then try step 2 and then go to step 5. So now you can see that, okay, sometimes when it's overwhelming, like the thoughts and emotion overwhelming, and you are about to break the precept, especially the 5 precepts that could cause some harm to others people. Yes, sometimes you have to really refrain from that action or speech, but that is not like your default or go-to option, because you might end up unintentionally create aversion towards a specific state of mind that later will become a problem. Especially if you deploy this tactic towards all of the emotional state that you think is come and disturb your meditation, you ended up develop kind of strong aversion to thoughts and emotion, that, and you assume that during meditation no thoughts should come up in the mind, and then that will create a problem with your meditation. It's like we have 10 paramis or 10 perfections. If you investigate on that, there are Khanti parami, patient endurance, there are Sila parami, virtue, there are Satya parami, which I guess the translation is kind of like integrity, something like that. You have to keep your precept, keep your practice solid. But then there are also Metta parami and Panya parami. You have to use the other side of the equation to balancing your attitude toward the practice, optimized kind of attitude toward the Buddhist practice. So I offer this as a one research.